This strategy I'm about to show you is going to blow your mind on how easy it is to make money as a real estate agent right now in 2024. And yes, I know the market is awful for buyers and sellers right now, so what I'm about to tell you is going to be a complete game changer. Once you learn this, you'll never go back to doing real estate the same way ever again. Hey guys, my name is Andy Coleman. I'm a 4-time Icon agent and I've closed over 750 deals in the last few years. My secret? It's working with rentals. Before I get into this, I want to hear from you. Have you ever done a rental before? And if so, what's your experience? And if you haven't done a rental, why? I bet you by the end of this video, I'm gonna have changed your mind on working with renters or reaffirmed that you should be doing more. I'm gonna start off with the basics of how I'm making $50,000 a month, and then I'm gonna go into my advanced strategy, which is the real game changer. My advanced strategy lets me close over 250 deals per year. Okay, so the whole thought process behind this is working with the renters and doing a high volume at a lower commission per deal that you do. I'm still making around $2,000 on average per deal that I do, but if I can do up to 30 deals in a month, do the math on that. That's $60,000 every single month if you can do 30 deals. If not, let's say you do 20 deals, you're making 40 grand. If you do 10 deals, you're making 20 grand. So either way you look at it, you're gonna make a ton of money by working rental deals. And keep in mind, I get every single one of my buyers and sellers from working with my renters, either through friends and family referrals, or from a renter that actively is looking to rent that I convert into a buyer, or from a previous renter that now wants to buy a home from me a year later. The process is very simple. I take any broker advertised yes properties from my MLS and I throw them up on Facebook Marketplace. If you don't have any broker advertised yes in your MLS, it's very easy. Just call the listing agent, reach out to them, and ask them if you can advertise their property to bring them a tenant. Once you get permission from the listing agent, all you have to do is post it in Facebook Marketplace. There's various other websites out there that you can use as well, but let's stick with Facebook Marketplace because that's free and the easiest. Once you post a listing, you're gonna get a flood of leads coming in per property. All you have to do is convince them to work with you and show them that property. Even if they don't like that property, that's okay. Show them other properties and set them up with a search in the MLS. Keep in mind, you could also do this with apartment complexes. It's commonly called apartment location, and this way you would be going through the apartments.com website and using apartments instead of single family homes, townhomes, villas, duplexes, you get the drift. Once you set them up in the MLS, if they don't like that property or start showing them other apartment complexes, then all you have to do is start setting up more showings so you can show them a property they actually do like and will go under contract for. And by the way, I do teach this in my program. I have a program called Rich with Rentals. So everything that I'm saying now, I break it down exactly step by step, A to Z in order, and I go in depth on exactly how I do all of my strategies and how to work with renters at a high level. This is just a 10 or 15 minute YouTube video. In my program, I have hours and hours and hours of trainings, and then I do live sessions every Wednesday where I coach the group and you guys can ask me questions. I'll teach you new things. I have on guest speakers. It's absolutely incredible and will transform your whole entire life. I'm gonna drop a link in the description below so you guys can check out my site and see if it's a good fit. Here's where it gets really interesting. I have an advanced strategy where I can convince the tenant to do a Rentspree credit background eviction report, rental application, proof of income, and driver's license, basically a pre-package, and apply for a property before even meeting them and stepping foot inside the property. Now, this is more of a pre-offer, and this is the real secret and game changer of how I'm actually doing up to 30 deals every single month. This optimizes your time so you don't have to run around doing hundreds of showings. Instead, you only go and show the properties that actually say yes and accept the tenant. This has so many benefits. For starters, let's say the tenant you're working with has really low credit. Well, you don't want to go and do a few showings for them and then send an offer to the owner of each property, and then all of a sudden they say, I'm sorry, I'm not going to pick them, their credit is too low. Or let's say they had some bad background issues, and as bad as the owner feels for that person, they just don't want that in their house, so they say no again. Now, why would you do a showing for circumstances like that when you can put in a pre-offer and then get the yes from the owners first, then go and show the property? It makes all the sense in the world doing that. I personally use a service called Rentspree.com. It is incredible. I'm going to drop a link in the description. If you sign up using my promo code, I believe you get a little discount. I found that Rentspree is very intuitive and the best place to do these screenings. It is very comprehensive and it has all of the metrics that you need to present to the owners to get them accepted. Down here in South Florida, it's universally accepted, so I can basically just copy and paste this one application and I can send it out to as many properties as I want as a pre-offer. So this way, you're not gonna have to do multiple applications for multiple properties and have the tenant come out of pocket hundreds of dollars. It's only $39 one time, and listen, you can use a different screening service. You don't have to use Rentspree, I just prefer it. Either way you look at it, take that application, copy and paste it, and put in offers for the properties that your clients want. Just make sure you're putting in offers for properties that they actually will live in. So the square footage has to be good, the fits and finishes have to be good, the areas have to be good, the price range has to be good. All the things that you can't change by going and see the property, make sure those work with the client first before you put that pre-offer in. Pre-offers are really simple. I briefly explained it before. It is a basic rental application, the credit report, the background report, the eviction report, and then all you have to do is provide 3 pay stubs, maybe some bank statements depending on the owner of the property, and then a picture of their driver's license. Go and write up a simple contract to lease, basically states the terms of the lease agreement, but it's like a pre-offer contract, and then put it all together in an email and send it over to the listing agent. After you do that, follow up with a quick text message, just letting them know that you put in a pre-offer. And if everything goes well with the owner, you can go and show them the property. Doing it that way has allowed me to do dozens of deals every single month. And like I mentioned before, I make around $2,000 average per deal that I do. This can vary per state, so definitely check to see how much commission you're making in your state. But even if you're making $1,000 per deal, if you can do 10 of them and then you don't even have to do a showing before you get a yes for the property, you could be making $10,000 plus every single month. Then you're gonna get a buyer or seller on top of all the rentals that you're doing every single month, so it's just icing on the cake. Imagine you're doing 20 rentals a month and you're making, like me, $2,000 per rental. That's $40,000 that you're gonna make in that month. Then you get a buyer on top of that and make an extra, let's just say, $15,000. You've just had a $55,000 commission month in real estate in 2024 with one of the worst markets that we've had since the 2008 crash. All because you're thinking outside the box and getting creative, and you're working in a niche, which is the rental niche, that nobody ever talks about and no agents ever do. I promise this is the only strategy that you need as a real estate agent right now. Doing this has made me about $1 million in the past 2 years alone.
Oh my God!
Now you might be thinking, wow, that sounds really good on paper, but how does it actually work in practice? Can you actually convince a tenant to do an application before meeting you and doing a showing? Well, you're in luck. I'm gonna do a live call right now with the tenant that I just set up on the MLS and convince them to do it live right in front of everybody. Okay, so let me get out my phone here and let me give them a ring right now. I don't know, hopefully they're gonna say yes, and hopefully everything's gonna go well. Okay, it's ringing.
Hello, this is Chris.
Hey, Chris, it's Andy Coleman. How you doing?
All right, sir. How are you doing?
Very good. You already got set up in the MLS. You want to see a couple properties. I wanted to explain my strategy of pre-offer first before we go and see them. This way, we're going to save a tremendous amount of time. Are you open to that idea?
Yes, I think it's a good idea because more or less, like, we find a place that we like same day, put in the offer.
Exactly. Even if we put an offer in and maybe the owner's going to say, oh, I'm sorry, the credit's not there. We're just going to be wasting a tremendous amount of time if we go and do that route.
Yes, yeah. No, I agree and I understand the concept.
You guys have to fill out the Rentspree applications. Once those are done, we can start firing out offers for any property that you really like. Just make sure it's a place that you would actually live in based on the pictures and description and stuff.
Through the 70, we're like, okay, here's our list. Let's break that down. Those are the 5 that we really are.
That's enough. That's 5 of them. That's plenty. Here's the thing though, like the market moves pretty fast right now. I would definitely try to get these done like ASAP. The Rentspree credit back and eviction report. I'll put in the pre-offers. If the owners say yes, I'll call you up and be like, hey Chris, we got to go and see it right away. We'll go check it out. If you like it in person, fantastic. We'll move forward. If not, no big deal. I'll tell them, hey, never mind, not going to work out. And then we'll move on to the next ones.
Okay, good. Should be ready by tomorrow or Thursday. All right, see you soon. Have a good rest of your day.
You too. Bye. Wow, did you see how absolutely easy that was? I mean, he didn't have any objections. I mean, that couldn't have went any smoother. I have some tenants that give me a hard time. I kind of wish he did, so I can show you guys some objection handling. But, if he did have a hard time with it, I would kind of just enforce the idea that this is saving a tremendous amount of time. We don't have to drive an hour to go do a showing and, do 3 or 4 of those and waste 4 hours for no reason whatsoever. But we don't know if the owners are going to say yes. Now, like I said, this is not like mandatory. I've just been doing this for a very, very, very long time. I'm very good at doing this. I've mastered this right now. So I can do this strategy every single time for every single person. I make exceptions here or there, but if you're a new agent just starting out, learn the basics first. Then you can get into this advanced strategy. Then you can start scaling up your deals. I have a program called Rich with Rentals, www.richwithrentals.com. I'm going to drop a link in the description. If you guys want to learn all my strategies, starting from the basics up to my advanced strategies, and I'm talking in depth, A to Z in order, then click on the link in the description and book a call with me too. If you guys have any questions after going through my website, I would love to talk to you and figure out if this is going to be a good fit for you or not. Either way, the whole idea here is to work with renters. It's not a buyer's market. It's not a seller's market. So what is it? It's a renter's market. So you'd be crazy not to be going after the renters right now. This is also going to set up a massive database for you guys. In my 4.5 years of doing real estate, I have about 20,000 people in my database that I can send out emails to. I can try to convert the 750 renters that rented a house with me into buyers. There's so many things I can do now with my network and with my database that I didn't have before as a brand new agent in a brand new state. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to my channel. I work really hard in these videos, so I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that subscribe button for me. And drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts on my strategy. Have you tried this before? Has it worked for you? Are you gonna try it? I promise if you give this a shot, this is gonna be a complete game changer for you guys. And it's really gonna transform your entire real estate career. Don't forget to share this with a fellow real estate agent that's struggling right now. Maybe they're thinking about quitting the business and they just haven't given renters a try. Send this video over to them because it might just save their career. And if you like this video, I got another banger for you that you guys are gonna absolutely love. Just click on this link right up here. All right, that was pretty good. Not too bad.